Bonjour, Kinamagi Nene Ireland Edition and welcome to this production of our Citizenship program. Today's episode, questions 39 to 45. Let's begin with the first question today. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What powers does the federal government have? Amongst their powers, they can print money, make treaties, create an army, and declare war. Money was previously printed by the various colonies, and it created a headache as who funded the feds. It makes sense that treaties would be made by the federal government because that is at sovereign to sovereign level engagements, which does not include states. States are not a sovereign entity. Entities like foreign governments, Native American nations, those are the sovereigns that will make deals with the United States federal government. States are allowed to run militias, but they are not allowed to have their own army or declare war, which makes sense because if we got grumpy with Ontario, us declaring war on Canada would have pretty large effects on more than just the state of Michigan. Under the Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What are two powers of the states? And in this question, it does actually provide you three possible answers. One, states provide schooling and education. Now, some of that funding does come from the federal government, but the state government is supposed to be the one overseeing most of the general education. Provide police and fire protection. That's why local governments quite often are asking for millages or other ways to make sure that they can fund their police and fire. And states issue driver's licenses. Who is the current governor of Michigan? Gretchen Whitmer. And what is the capital of Michigan? Lansing, located south of us about an hour. It's where the state capitol building is and the majority of our state government. Interestingly, Lansing wasn't the original capital. Detroit was. While there are a lot of different political parties in the United States, the two major ones are the Democratic and Republican parties. Although smaller parties such as the U.S. Taxpayers, Constitution, Libertarian, Green Party, and some others do occasionally find their way on presidential ballots in various states. What is the current political party of the current U.S. president? Joe Biden is a Democrat. Who is the current Speaker of the House of Representatives? Nancy Pelosi, a Democrat from California. That wraps up this week's questions. If you have any questions or want to discuss any of those items, please reach out to me. There will be Quizlet questions available for you to practice these, and then later this week, you will take a quiz on them. Next week will be a review week where we will see which ones you need to practice and take kind of a review quiz on the ones that you've struggled with. So if there's a week that you have not submitted, please have that submitted by Wednesday so that they're not counted as incorrect questions when I go to create the evaluation. At this point, you may return to the Google Classroom for any other tasks. Have a minogijigad, minwa, pamapi.